Good evening, I'm Brice Bement. Social media posts have been circulating after several fights have broke out in the high schools. WCIA 3's Sarah Lehman sat down with the parent. Here's more on what that mom has to say.
Brice Bement is live in Rantoul. Okay, it has to be such a good feeling to finally get this thing going.
Oh, definitely. People tell me that they are so excited to be here. You can hear the crack of the bat. Fans are cheering, as you can hear right now. And even the Rantoul mayor is here to throw out the first pitch. But lots of area officials are here as well. The complex is expected to bring in millions. Weekend tournaments are already scheduled, and there's nearly 60 teams here just for this weekend. Staff say they are excited. All their hard work is paying off.
With any opening day, everyone's pumped. I think everyone's exceptionally excited to be outside now because we've had such a rough 2020.
The complex also has soccer, football, and t-ball fields. There's also a splash pad and a playground. Concession stands are closed today, but they do have food trucks. So don't worry, you can still get your food and watch the game. So just overall excitement. But in Rantoul, I'm Brice Bement, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Brice, right when you were talking, I mean, that was perfect. That hit, that crack of the bat, and then you launched it to it. You couldn't have planned it out better. And now we're clapping.
Oh yeah, I knew something good was going on. I heard the crack of the bat, and I hear him cheering. I think someone just scored again.
There you go. Opening day. All right, thank you, Brice.
WCIA 3's Brice Bement is with us. And Brice, you spoke with a parent who says her son called her in tears.
Natika Simmons says when her son found out about his senior season on varsity being canceled, he was devastated. I spoke to another senior who says it's heartbreaking that his varsity season is just now gone.
I put in a lot of work over the last 4 years to, play varsity football for Urbana, and to just have it taken away so quickly is just, it's frustrating because I didn't even get a say in it.
He's not the only Urbana High School senior who feels that way. Football coach Edmund Jones told seniors their varsity season is canceled. It was a joint decision between Jones and the athletic director. The team is made up of mostly freshmen, so they say they don't want players to get hurt when they go up against opposing schools.
I just thought, this is irresponsible. I know from the bottom of my heart that we're not prepared to play varsity football, especially with the majority of our kids, and to just put them in harm's way is just something I couldn't live with on my conscience.
Coach Jones says after the team lost big their first game, 65-0, he realized the players need time to grow. He's keeping the JV team, and seniors can join them, but it isn't sitting well with those players and parents.
To have COVID come and rip it was something that nobody could avoid, but to have someone raise your hopes up so high and just take it from you is just not okay. It's not fair.
Parents addressed their concerns with Coach Jones during a parent meeting, but Jones does not plan on changing his mind. He says student safety is most important.
I've just asked them to, please look at it from my vantage point. No professional that's responsible for kids would knowingly put them in harm's way. I mean, it's just tough for the seniors and the senior parents, man. I mean, it's just tough. It's tough.
But some parents and players told us they think other reasons are involved.
In my opinion, it is not about safety of our children. It's much more so about ego and not winning that game.
As a senior, it's really difficult to just give up my season because he wants to look better as a team.
Now seniors have a choice. Play on the JV team or don't play at all.
Not just my son, but all of the moms that I got in contact with yesterday, the dads. We were beyond devastated for them. For some of them, they'll never have an opportunity again. For some, this is a way for them to go to college, to have a future.
Senior year is huge for college football scholarships. Coach Jones told me he plans to help seniors get a scholarship any way he can. He encourages the kids to play JV to continue to improve so they can go on to the next level. Jess?
Hey, Brice, you spoke with a woman who had to wade through what you're standing in right now.
And believe it or not, this water was actually higher just a few hours ago when I saw Sarah Wilson walking with her child and her dad. She said that she was on her way back from work from Bloomington when she saw the roads were completely flooded in Gibson City. She needed to pick up her son from daycare, but the roads were completely covered in water. She and her dad grabbed hip-high boots and picked up her son. They then trucked through the water and headed home.
It may seem like I'm doing all right, but it's a little overwhelming, so just kind of trying to get through.
She said she lives a few blocks away, and she said that her home was already flooded. And as you can see behind me, these homes are still covered in water. That's a road right there, just completely covered in water. That lady actually told us that water was just pouring into her home earlier. But I'll have more from a hotel that was flooding, and I talked to some men that had to escape by boat later at 6:30. In Gibson City, I'm Brice Bement, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Brice, we'll see you in just a little bit.
The House and Senate return to Springfield tomorrow for a one-day special session. And a new bill filed in the House could impact school districts that defy the governor's mask mandate. The overwhelming majority of Illinois school districts are enforcing Governor Pritzker's state mask mandate in classrooms. A few opposed it at first and then reversed course to comply when the state threatened to pull their certification and funding. There are still some holdouts, and the governor says he will move to decertify and defund those districts if they defy his orders. Those districts could challenge that in court, but at the same time, a House Democrat from Chicago filed a new bill to give the governor the legal authority to do that. Authority he says he already has.
People were in and out of Marantha Assembly of God Church all day, and they came from all over to support the Oberheim family.
It's a tragic loss to us and to our department.
Champaign police are saying goodbye to a coworker and a friend.
On behalf of his family, on behalf of our family as well. So we're all a little bit shooken as we're going through it.
Members of Champaign's police department were some of the hundreds who attended Officer Chris Oberheim's visitation in Decatur. They were joined by other law enforcement like Macon County Sheriff.
This is some things that we do in order to make sure our communities are safe, and and some of us pay the ultimate sacrifice, and unfortunately it was Chris. This is going to be rough for all of us, but that being said, we still don our uniform, we still put on the badge in order to go make sure our communities are safe.
First responders from not only Central Illinois, but all over the country came to pay their respects, including people from Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas.
We're with the Brotherhood of the Fallen, and we go across the country in order to support the officers of the fallen in line of duty, and we want to pay our respects.
The church's parking lot was filled the entire day with people coming to show their support. Several groups walked in solidarity to honor Officer Oberheim. From Champaign Police to the Monticello High School softball team to the club softball team Oberheim helped coach. Dale Shelton worked with him on that team.
He was very well thought of, just absolutely loved by the girls and myself. I loved him like a brother.
And that's what makes this goodbye so difficult.
He's just a one-of-a-kind person, and I'm going to miss him so much.
The Brotherhood of the Fallen also presented a check to the Oberheim family. Jessica?
And Brice, what are you seeing out there?
Well, Jessica, right now what I'm seeing, there's multiple ambulances, police, fire, they're all here. And there's actually some bystanders actually outside right now. But the University of Illinois actually tweeted that there was an explosion at the 900 block of West Green Street and for people to clear the area. Now, like I said, I'm right next to Gregory Street and Lincoln Avenue, right outside the Hendricks house. We're going to try to find out more information, see if anyone was hurt or what caused that explosion. So I will try to have updates for you as I find out more. But in Urbana, I'm Brice Bement, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Since we talked to you at 5, we were waiting for this to happen. What happened?
Well, Jennifer, crowds of people gathered to honor Officer Chris Oberheim, his family, and to see this new street sign be unveiled. It's going to be named Honorary Christopher Oberheim Avenue. The sign will be posted on a section of University Avenue between Neal and Chestnut Street. The Oberheim family was on stage and unveiled the new sign. The family was also presented plaques, and Chief Anthony Cobb was emotional as he spoke.
Oberheim's name is now deeply engraved in the hearts of this community for what he stood for and the ultimate sacrifice he made.
Mayor Finan and Deputy Mayor Will Kiles also spoke. Now we will have an update for you at 10, but they are wrapping up, as you can see behind me. People are still taking pictures of that street sign. And again, I'll have more at 10. In Champaign, I'm Brice Bement, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Brice, thank you.